ask people what their biggest challenges are in business, they usually tell me it's about getting themselves out there, creating visibility, being seen. They get really frustrated, and you can probably relate to this, when it's about trying to stand out and trying to stand out in the marketplace for all of the right reasons, not because you look funny or you sound funny or because you look like the carbon copy of everybody else. You want to stand out for the right reasons, yeah? So what we're going to be talking about today is all about visibility and creating that within your marketing. All right, awesome. Let's get in. Creating visibility, so many people get all caught up in what do I say on my blogs, how do I set up the studio, do I have to do Facebook Lives, do I use YouTube, do I have to be on LinkedIn, how do I make all of this stuff happen? And let's face it, there are so many things that you can do that more often than not, it becomes so overwhelming because you end up with this really big, massive, long list of all the things that you should be doing, that you have to be doing. And, if you listen to every single industry expert, it's almost like, those heads in that movie Death Becomes Her, where their heads just kind of spin on their bodies and it doesn't really work. Well, that's often what it can feel like. So how do we actually fix this? First and foremost, when it comes to creating visibility, the first thing that you need to do is know what it is that you're going to say. So a big thing that you can actually do about this is go, all right, well, what is it that I even want to talk about? What are the things that are really important to you? Forget niching, forget target markets, forget trying to do any of that stuff. First and foremost, what is it that you want to talk about? So those topics could be a myriad of different things. Some of the things that I love talking about are boundaries, health, movement, choice, taking personal responsibility for everything that's going on in your life. I love talking about business and leadership and authority and branding and how to decorate your home and different things that I've come across along the way. I love that stuff. So when you think about being visible, one of the really big things is about being consistent and obviously being seen. Now, if you're only putting yourself out there once every few months, if you're only doing a blog every now and again, if you're doing Facebook Lives every now and again, then dude, you're not going to be visible. So the second part of all of this is actually committing to showing up, to fronting up, to being seen, to be seen as being someone who has something to say. Now, you don't have to be the person that sits there and is like, right, this is going to be what my TED Talk's about and know all of that stuff. You don't have to know what you might write a book on. You don't have to know at this point exactly how you're going to be able to speak in a blog scenario, for around 10 minutes. The thing that I just want you to be thinking about is, all right, what do I want to talk about? And what am I going to say? And you need to be consistent with getting yourself out there. The other part about all of this is we do need to make it relevant. So even though there are multiple different strategies for niching and things like that, one of the two things that I want you to think about in order to make it really relevant is, number one, who is it that you're actually talking to? Have you decided on a niche? Have you decided on a demographic, or have you decided on a particular gender? Have you decided on any of that kind of stuff? Like, are you talking to a single mother of 35 years old who has got 2 kids, who is running her own business from home? Or is the alternative thinking about niching, are you going to niche around a common set of problems that your people have? So you can choose either one of these two things, and I'm not really bothered which one it is. But to make your life easier, I would pick one or the other. Now, quite often, I find it's easier to pick option number one because you can get a mental image in your head of the people that you're talking to. So if you know what their problems are, if their problems are lack of motivation, lack of inspiration, lack of direction, no clarity, no plan, no matter what modality you're working in, then it becomes a lot easier for you to imagine that they're sitting in there behind that camera, so that when you are creating content, that you're actually talking to them. So it does need to be relevant to a degree. The next part about all of that when it comes to your marketing is that you want to share that shit everywhere. All right, you want to put it up on your Facebook page, put it up on your Facebook profile, put links to it in Instagram, email your database. It doesn't matter how big they are. It doesn't matter whether it's on an Excel spreadsheet and you'll fix that later on, but no matter who your people are, let them know that you are doing stuff. Post regularly, share this stuff regularly. Now, a big objection to that is, I don't want to hassle my people, or I don't want to feel like I'm spamming them. You know what? Forget it. Forget all of that. People are responsible for their own inboxes, for their own news feeds. And when you are sharing and you're doing this stuff from a place of really serving and helping, if they get pissed off because you've overshared, then that's their issue, that's not yours. All right, just remember that you are serving, you are adding value, you are giving them some hints, tips, tools, strategies, advice, plans, checklists, help. You're giving them help. So keep doing that, and the hell with what anybody else has to say. They can unsubscribe, they can block and delete, and that type of thing. Now, if you've got friends in your feed, and if your goal is really about being visible and being seen everywhere, because that's why you'd want to be visible, right? Then maybe let them know that you are going to be doing more posts, more things, more blogs, more videos that actually relate to business, and so that they can vote with their feet, so to speak. They can vote with their fingers, and it's as simple as doing a click and an unfollow click, and you're done. Yeah? Awesome. So if your goal is visibility, you need to know what to say. You need to know how it is that you're going to communicate it. And one of the best ways to do that is by telling stories, by sharing different ways of helping people and things like that. The other thing that you need to do is make sure that it's relevant and share that shit everywhere. All right? Awesome. If you've got any questions about these, leave them below. If this has resonated with you, please share it with someone. Tag someone in this. Let them know that there is help out here and that they don't have to try and work their way out of this all on their own. All right? Awesome. My name is Nicola. I'll see you soon. Bye.